Hey, this is Mr. A, and this is the 2023 AP Chemistry Exam free response question number 4. This is the newly released AP exam that was released on May 1st, 2023. And if you need any kind of stuff about AP Chemistry, whether you're a teacher or student, go to MrAyton.com. AP Chemistry Platinum, you'll check it out and you will love it. So let's go to question number 4. This is the start of the short response questions, the 4-point questions. This is all about a buffer solution made up of CH3NH2, that's a base, and CH3NH3 plus, that's its conjugate acid. And the student uses 25 mils of 0.1 molar of the base, which contains 0.0025 moles of your base, and it's going to make the buffer. And we want to make a perfect buffer, so we want the exact same amount of moles of your conjugate acid, which would be 0.00250 moles of the CH3NH3Cl. And we want to know how much mass would that be to add in those exact number of moles. So you're going to take those moles, multiply them by the molar mass, and you get 0.169 grams of the CH3NH3Cl. Well, part B starts asking the student of how you would prepare this buffer. Well, they give you all this equipment, and it's going to be a very nice, straightforward way to make this buffer. The first thing you need to do is measure 0.169 grams of the CH3NH3Cl solid on an electronic balance. That's what you have to put in for step 1. Then you can see they gave you step 2 and step 3. You put the solid in the beaker. You clean the burette and rinse the burette with distilled water. Well, after you rinse the burette with distilled water, you want to rinse the burette with the solution you're going to put inside of it, which is the base solution, the CH3NH2 aqueous solution. You want to rinse that burette, fill the burette with at least 25 mils of your base solution. They're going to use that base solution to add exactly 25 mils, 0.00 mils to the beaker. You're going to mix well, and you're going to check the pH, and the pH would be equal to the pKa. The pOH would be equal to the pKb of that buffer. Well, the Kb, they gave you the Kb, 4.4 times 10 to the negative 4, which you could know the pKb, subtract from 14, which gives you the pH of 10.64. Now remember, this perfect buffer that they initially did was the exact same amount of moles of your base and your conjugate acid, that 0.00250 moles initially of your base, initially of your conjugate acid, and that gives you a perfect buffer of 10.64. Well, guess what? This question for question C, they were changing the buffer. And instead we use 25 mils of 0.1 molar, of 0.05 molar, which was half the amount of moles of my base, 0.00125 moles. But guess what? They also use half of the mass of the CH3NH3Cl, which gave you half of the amount of moles. It's still the same molar ratio of the base to the conjugate acid. And according to Henderson-Hasselbalch equation, if you still have a 1-to-1 ratio of your base to conjugate acid, the pH will be exactly the same. Exactly the same. It won't be as effective of a buffer because it doesn't have as much of your base and your conjugate acid, but the pH will be exactly the same. And that was the 2023 AP Chemistry exam free response question number 4. See you for question number 5. Bye.